Hi guys, how you doing? We are having a day off today. I've got a few videos I'm filming today. I'm not sure which order they'll be coming out in, so we'll just have to see. I've already started some hedge trimming, and I've got a video actually on that because I'm talking specifically about how you can grow your own goat food. Again, not sure which order they'll be coming out in. But I've had to stop that because I've just got a text message from one of our fruit and veg shops saying that they have got a load of pig waste. So we're going to go and pick that up first before we do much else, because that's going to take a chunk of time out of the day, and I'd rather get that out of the way and then see what we've got left rather than the other way around. So I'm just going to load up with some empty bins. I've already fed the pigs. How you doing? So I've already given them some food. There's a little bit of plastic in there which really bugs me. Most of the fruit and veg shops I collect from are fantastic and they separate out all the plastic, but there's one, and every so often I'll empty a bin out and there'll be some plastic in there, so I'll have to go and fish that out in a minute. They won't eat it, but yeah, it's just a little bit of a pain. But we'll leave those guys to it. Like I say, we'll load up these bins, and that'll be the first real big job of the day. So there's quite a lot of things that I would like to get done today, and we'll just, as always, we'll see how the time goes. But in an ideal world, I'd like to make some elderflower cordial today, because the elderflowers have been out here for a couple of weeks and they're probably only going to be out for another couple of weeks, and I certainly want some elderflower cordial, and I know my wife likes it, and also our children. Sort of swings and roundabouts, depends what mood they're in, but now's the window of opportunity to get making it. So hopefully we'll get time to pick some and like I say, make a cordial with it. If I do, then I will make a separate video all about that. So again, I can't really comment on hello guys, can't really comment on what order they come out in. Yeah, I've just given the goats some hedge trimmings, which they're working their way through, and is a real treat for them. They absolutely love it, and there'll be plenty more of that throughout the coming months, as all our hedges really do need taking care of at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to get these bins filled, and then I'll catch up with you guys when I get back here, I think, and speak to you then. Okay, so it's time has just disappeared on me, and it's got to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have done a few other things because I've actually made a couple of other videos which will be going out in the next few days after this one. So one of the ones I've made is actually on making goat milk butter, because I've had a few questions about that. So there's a video coming up in the next few days about goat milk butter. So there's not going to be loads of doing today. I'm about to go and milk the goats because, like I say, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but there's loads that I wanted to catch you up on. We've started making, like we made last year, our produce list. This is all the stuff that we've harvested or had from the garden already this year. So we've got eggs, asparagus, leek, swede, obviously milk, sage, some wild mushrooms, spring onions, rhubarb, cheese, cress, pea shoots, radish, beetroot, carrots, broad beans, peas and spinach. And one that we haven't added on there yet, or have I said strawberries, is strawberries. So we're, properly into harvesting now, and it just, so much we do is focused around, not everything, there's a tremendous amount we do that's not focused around harvesting plants, but so much of what we do is focused around harvesting plants, and that main season, which is just starting now, and it just feels amazing when you start actually looking up on that board that we have and seeing that there's 15 or 20 different items that we've already had. And in terms of the growing season, we're still right at the start line insofar as harvesting, so it's going to be a good year, I think. The garden is so much further on than it is this time than it was this time last year, because last year we got hit by one really deep, really late frost that I wasn't anticipating, and I let it kill all my plants, and basically we had to start at square one again in the middle of May. At least that's my recollection. But yeah, things are coming on. But I've got a few little bits of news and announcements and stuff that I wanted to just get over to you guys. So first of all, there will be another live stream on Sunday. Sunday at noon is going to be the weekly live stream, and then if I can't make the Sunday for whatever reason, if I've got a foraging course or whatever, then we'll move it. But Generally speaking, I think, because there seems to be quite an appetite for them, you guys seem to enjoy them, and I love them. I really do enjoy them. So every Sunday at noon, Sunday UK time, noon, will be a live stream. So it would be amazing if you guys can meet me for that. So far we've done 2, and they were both, you know, loads and loads of fun. So that'd be awesome. I'm just on my way out now to milk the goats, and they're waiting for me. They know what's happening, so they'll make their way over to the milking stand now, all on their own, as you'll see. But I said I've got a couple of other bits of news. So one, and it's a really big one for you guys following me, is that, well, I don't know why I'm laughing, because it's not great, but we no longer have our turkeys. So basically I made the decision that the male was just, he was really, really uncomfortable. He was too heavy, and I couldn't, you know, we tried to keep him happy by, you know, trying to keep the weight off by feeding him some other things and trying to reduce the weight and bring him back to health, really. But it just wasn't going very well. And the more we deprived him of food, and we didn't deprive him of food, you know, we gave him things like the chard that I'm gradually reducing that we've got in our garden there. We gave him that to sort of satiate his appetite, and I did a little bit of reading about it. But anyway, he wasn't happy, so we decided to butcher him. So he's now in the freezer, and around the same time the female just took a really bad turn. She just she wasn't right in herself. She wasn't healthy, and if you keep animals, you'll know, you know, if you keep animals, you'll know if they're just not right. And she wasn't feeling right, and I don't know what caused it, but she actually had a wound. It was under her wing, and, you know, we had a really close inspection and found it, and it wasn't healing, and it looked like it was getting a bit worse. And so we had to make the decision to slaughter her as well. Now, because we didn't know the cause of her illness and how she, you know, why she had suddenly deteriorated, we made the decision not to eat her. And basically it got us thinking, and we made the decision that we weren't actually going to eat either of them, because we're just not sure what they may or may not have had, and they weren't with us long enough to, you know, just make sure that they were healthy enough and that they didn't have anything, any parasites or anything that we really didn't want. So I'm just going in here to get some buckets for feed. All right, Sydney, you'll be getting yours in just a second. Yeah, so sad news, but it hasn't sort of, it started. All right, buddy? It still put us on the path of keeping turkeys. So, you know, it's a process that we've started now. You all right, buddy? Yeah. So it's put us on the path of keeping turkeys, and we're definitely on the lookout now. Well, you all saw how excited I was when I got them, and so we're definitely going to get some more, but we're going to get some heritage breeds. So that's going to enable us to have healthy, happy birds, which these guys just didn't turn out to be. And it's sad, and I always feel kind of, I mean, these guys, they were bred as table birds, and they were at slaughter weight. So wherever they went, if it wasn't here, they would have been slaughtered pretty much straight away, I would guess. Yeah, so, you know, that was obviously a little bit disappointing, because that was an early Father's Day present. It's Father's Day on this Sunday, actually. So it's going to be, at least in the UK. I know Mother's Day is different based on where you are in the world. I'm not sure if that's the same for Father's Day. Let me know in the comments. Is it Father's Day everywhere on Sunday, or just here in the UK? But yeah, you know, we've made the decision that we're going to get turkeys, and you know, I would like a healthy breed, and a breed that's going to breed themselves. So we're going to go for some heritage birds, and they are available, but we're not going to rush. I say we're not going to rush. You know, something will just pop in front of me, be it online or at an auction or something. We'll see something, and we'll just know it's right, and we'll end up getting them. So whenever they arrive, and it won't be long, because like I say, having had them here, even if it was only for a really short amount of time, it's put my wife and I both in the mindset that we now want to get turkeys, and we want to get them here, you know, now we're ready. In terms of infrastructure, we've definitely got that, and you know, we've got lots of plans for how we're going to keep them. I think we're going to keep them in the wood, and we might use, just like we do with the laying hens, a similar setup with the sort of movable electric fence that we can move around the wood. So that's going to enable us to make a fox safe environment for them without having to fox proof the whole wood, which we've kind of chewed over, thought about, talked about, and is just quite an onerous project that we probably don't have the appetite for. So that's, I think, the way forward. That's where we're going to be going. And I think I'm going to start using the woodland for a few other things as well. I'm going to manage the woods a little bit better insofar as harvesting the actual timber, and I'm also thinking of doing a few, getting some groups of children in and teaching some bushcraft and stuff like that in there. I think that might be a really nice use of that space. So I'm also planning in the next week or so doing a garden tour. Now obviously that's something that all the channels like this one do, but I'm a little bit unsure as to what that looks like here, and I could do with your help. And what I mean by that is, a garden tour, whenever I've seen one, and I don't watch a tremendous amount of anything, TV or YouTube, but my wife does, and whenever I've seen them on the channel she follows, they've always got a much bigger vegetable garden, and that's basically what they're showing you around. So I'm not really sure what it would consist of here, but I've had at least one request, and I am planning on doing one. So let me know what sort of things you would want to see in that garden tour, because I like the idea. I'm just a little bit nervous about doing it because I don't want it to be a little bit disappointing. So do let me know. Anyway, I'm going to get on and milk my goats now, and I'll catch up with you guys in just a sec. So I'm just finishing up now, just packing up. I just thought it was worth saying that even someone I'm sure I come across as really super confident and outgoing, and I am, there's no two ways about it. I'm a fairly confident human, but even someone as confident as me, it's really quite nerve-wracking sharing things sometimes about, when things don't go very well. Now, I personally, as you guys will know, it's like my mantra that I'm very comfortable embracing failure. But when it comes to animals, it's not as simple as that, is it? And, I wasn't really sure how to sort of broach the subject of the turkeys, because in some ways it feels like we've let them down. But I think it's really important to just keep in mind a few things, not least of which that, we weren't the people who got the turkeys in that state. And I have actually sent a message via a mutual acquaintance to the previous breeder to kind of just get a little bit more information. So we'll see. But, they were bred in the same way as broiler hens are bred, and they weren't bred to have a long, healthy life. That's not in their makeup. It's not in their genetics in that breed, without really careful management, which they obviously didn't have because they were used as, broiler turkeys. They were designed insofar as how they were bred, and then they were kept in the same fashion to basically turn the maximum amount of meat as quickly as possible with the minimum amount of inputs. And that's what they're for. That's not what we wanted them for, and that's not how we look at any of our animals. But we gave them the best we possibly could while they were here, and it's just a shame they were here for such a small amount of time, and it leaves us with a lot of questions rather than just answers. And it would be very easy for someone from the out, and this is sort of the concern from my point of view, and my wife's as well. More so my wife, she worries about things more than I do. I'm just going to let this girl out. All right, love, you had enough to eat. So as I was saying, it's a concern that we share news with the world, and then some, it would be easy to construe from that, misconstrue that we hadn't cared for them, or that we had in some way brought these birds home without the ability to look after them, and that's not the case at all. And because the goal for these birds was very, very different than just bringing them home, slaughter them, it really, I actually found it quite difficult, particularly the female, because the female was so sweet. They were both really, really nice animals insofar as their temperament and being around people. So it's a shame. It's a real shame. And I don't want anyone to think that just because I can say quite matter-of-factly what happened, that meant that it was easy for me, or that in any way there was like a degrading of the animal's worth, or that in some way I didn't care about the living being that was the animal, because that's not the case at all, and it's not the case for any of our animals here. And I think, most of you guys that watch all my stuff, I think you know that, and I'm not really talking to you insofar as trying to justify anything. I'm just saying that it would be easy for things like this, when I put them out there for the world to see, for people to, deliberately or maliciously misinterpret what I'm saying, or also to innocently misinterpret the situation and just assume that I was dealing with these animals in a callous fashion, in a callous manner, which I really am not. Anyway, there you go. So that's you all up to speed with our turkey situation, and I'm going to go in now and process our milk. I think that's going to wrap this video up. I know it's not been a super eventful video, but there were, 2 or 3 little things that I wanted to get across. I'm not going to get a chance to make my elderflower cordial today because, it's 4:30 now, and I don't know if have I mentioned in this video that it's my birthday today, so I'm filming this on my birthday. This is my my latest goat t-shirt that I was given by my wife. I call this Goat at Sunrise. And yeah, I've had a great day. Just being on the homestead is always a gift, so it's been a great day. I'm going to go and drop some feed off to Sydney, give him a little bit, and get this milk in and processed, and I'll catch up with you guys really soon. Don't forget to tune in on Sunday if you can at noon UK time for the live stream. They are fast becoming my favourite video of the week, and they're just a lot of fun because it gives me a chance to really interact with you guys. Now, whenever you leave a comment, I always try and comment and, reply to you, but it's not the same as being able to do it in real time and have a conversation with you guys. So yeah, please do try and make it on Sunday if you can. Also, don't feel that you have to. I know some of you guys take supporting me quite seriously, and I appreciate that so much, but I don't ever want you to feel that you have to make it if you've got other things on or whatever. It's fantastic if you can tune in, but don't ever feel obliged to. We all have lives, and I suppose that's the beauty of being on this end of the camera, is I can sort of pick my times. But anyway, that's going to wrap us up. I'm going to get in, process my milk, like this video, leave me a comment, and do all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll speak to you really soon. Cheers.